little ponytail. I always remember Zuko from Airbender.
Zuko. All right, welcome back to the second half of episode something, the Mistborn episode. It's too long. I actually can't read how. Okay, yeah, I'm so professional, right?
Episode 6.
Episode 6, The Last Jedi.
All this tension forced me to get a beer. I just had to. I don't know if the audience can tell, but I legitimately don't know what Dox is gonna do here. I am so torn, both in and out of character.
So we come back to a woman in a Holocaust cloak, large black cloak covering her body completely, except for 4 obvious spikes through her chest and the Inquisitor's eyes. There are 2 giant spikes pushing the back of the cloak out and 2 iron railway spikes in the front of her eyes that make it real obvious. We're at the same spot that the team with Jacobs was at before, but it's just brother, sister, and girlfriend gathered. The Inquisitor is looking out and says, "So, this is the girl you want to marry, huh?"
Have they met before?
Have they?
I don't think so. I don't think I have a very good relationship with my sister. I think
I
she
don't think
just
so
kind of
either.
looks down on me.
She's about to wreck you too, so.
And I'm like, I think she kind of sees me as like the failure of the family. You know what I mean? Is like she was probably either a more powerful Alamancer or maybe even a full Mistborn before being taken, like recruited by the Inquisition, because they really only recruit the best. Or maybe she just had, you know, a strong and valuable Alamantic power. But either way, she knows that she's better than me, and she likes to remind me. So I probably haven't seen her in a long time. So I have a big fake smile on my face. My heart is thumping in my chest, and I say magnanimously, I spread my arms and I say, "Sister, so good to see you. May I introduce the lady in Trone? Hopefully soon to be my betrothed, if all goes well."
So your sister like puts out a hand and says, "Enchanted, I'm sure."
Yeah, with just like iron spikes in her eyes, just like so intimidating.
So the lady in Trone is actually all about this. She's just like, "Oh, I've heard so much about you. It is fantastic to see a Steel Inquisitor. I joined the Canton of Inquisition hoping that I could one day be a woman like you." It just gets a little awkward there as your sister's like, "I like her."
The smile is just getting like more and more like strained and fake looking. It's just like,
"Better than I like you."
"Well, sister, as much as I try, seems you like most people better than me."
So she turns towards you with her railway spikes and says, "There's a rumor that someone on your team is a traitor. You know anything about this?" And when she asks it, he uses a ton of Alamantic power. She's going to riot you, soothe you, and she's going to use her steel senses to look at your blood flow and heart rate to determine if you're lying.
Oh my god, I'm so screwed.
So she's going to give herself 3 bonus die to her 6 wits. How do you want to respond? Got 9 dice.
You're gonna lie to an Inquisitor.
So I think this is just like, if I can, I'd like to defend with spirit and just stonewall her. And it's just like he's using like everything he's ever learned. Like he's like, maybe we even like flash back and we see like a scene where like he's caught in a lie and just like gets cut with an obsidian dagger right across the eye. And we like see like him flash back to the moment where he got his scar. And so he like takes a deep breath and like does like a breathing exercise to try to calm his heart rate.
I have a really terrible question for you. Cutting back to that scene, is this related to your tragedy?
100.
Oh, no.
It has to be. It has to be.
I love that answer. Thank you so much.
That's not good.
So the good news is, if this is a longer form game, you would get a lot of experience for this. You would get advancements. The bad news is that you're gonna get screwed bad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was already, yeah. So I'm gonna try to defend with spirit here.
Yeah.
I would like
Pure willpower. You're just gonna like stare at her and force your heart rate down and be like, no, sister, I don't know anything about that.
Exactly. And I'm using everything I've got here. I'm the infiltrator. I'm clearly sabotaging her. I am trustworthy. What else do I have here? Oh, and Iron Will.
Okay.
So I think I'm throwing 8 dice here.
All right. So, beginning of a tragedy. Let's see here. Each time a hero makes a roll directly related to resolving the beginning of their tragedy, regardless of whether it's successful or not, you drop the number of nudges by 1. If this would make your nudges below 0, you also lose a beat, suffering hesitation from your personal demon.
Woof. All right. Well,
I will give you an aid die if you want to bring in Trone into it. She'll back you up on this, but if you do and you lose, he's going to get caught in the consequences.
No, I don't think,
Okay.
Dox like legitimately loves Entrone. And like he has the longer this is going, the more he's realizing like that he's in a real bad spot. And he's more likely to end up on a hook with a spike in him than he is to succeed. And he doesn't want Entrone to go down with him.
And that's the smell of 9 dice right there. Pair force, no nudges. Pair of 5s with a nudge!
Nice!
Oh my god! Oh my god! So your 1 nudge gets bumped to 0. You would get a bunch of advancement from this, undoubtedly. And you would probably advance down your track. So you're no longer held back by that memory of your sister cutting your face with the obsidian dagger. You're past that now, and on to darker things. On to worse things. And I would also declare this to be a turning point for more advancements. Just bonus XP floating out everywhere.
Good thing that's super useful for me in
I
this
know. But don't worry, one day we might actually play a long-form Mistborn game. It could happen.
Yeah.
Like all those people I keep telling about Burning Wheel games. 40-episode Burning Wheel game, right?
Yeah, well, we're close to that with Eric.
You take a deep breath. You slow your heart down. You feel the invasion in your mind by your sister. She's pulling on your trust. She's pushing down your wariness. But you are a master liar. You're in your element, and lying to your family is something you've been training your entire life for. And you just calmly say, no. And she says, yeah, I thought so.
Come on.
Wow.
We have work to do, and I'm sure you'll be very helpful.
All right.
I said that with a lot of sarcasm. I didn't mean it to come out nearly as sarcastic as it just did right there, because she will legitimately be pretty helpful when it comes to actually securing the shipment.
All right, so remind me of how this is going down. My understanding is, before a Steel Inquisitor showed up, that your team was going to get ambushed by your rebel team, and that they were going to just pound these guys down. Are you making any changes to the plan now that your sister, who can basically beat the hell out of all of you, has shown up?
Yeah, so I think, like, we get this scene, and we see, like, Dox sitting in front of a writing desk, writing out a coded letter. Like, we see the code.
No, sorry, buddy, you're on a wall right now.
Okay.
Are we flashbacking?
I was just gonna get a flashback for the dramatic irony.
We'll do it, but it's gonna require a roll.
Oh, okay.
Tell me what's
Let's do
happening
this.
here.
Yeah, so like he's like sitting poised and like writing out this code, and like he knows that what he's supposed to do is like let them know where the shipment is, let them know like who they're fighting, let them know that the people are going after their base. But he just can't do it. Like he needs the shipment to go through. He loves Lady and Trone. And so he lets them know that Hiram has a lead on their base, and he lets them know that the shipment's coming in, but he doesn't tell them about the Inquisitor.
All right, you are trying to get a letter to the rebels in time to tell them everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not going to have you roll for this then. I thought you might have been updating the plan. But yeah, if you're not going to tell them about your sister, then this is going to go horribly for them.
I mean, I can't, right? Like, Dox is like so torn. He wants to so badly. But every time he's trying to like write this, we maybe like see like the pen like quivering in his hands. Like his handwriting is just awful. And he wants to tell them so bad, but he just can't.
Oh, is this Death Note? Are you like sweating over an open book?
Totally.
Dramatic flourishes?
Totally. Dramatic writing music.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the only anime I've ever seen with dramatic writing.
It might be the only anime with dramatic writing.
No, there's some in Maoyu, but it's never like all the low angle shots that they do, and you know they're always like on the desk looking up at him. All right. I mean, you've chosen your course here. The rebels try to ambush your team, and right before it happens, your sister says to all the ministry officers, "It's almost time. They're coming. With this success, you'll be pulled out of the field, become obligators. The next step on your journey to serve the Lord Ruler. Hold your ground. Take them out fast. Keep one alive. I'll bring them back. And don't get in my way." And that's when these Haze Killer outfitted rebels come around the corner. One of them's like got some sticks and he's moving towards Jacobs. And as soon as this guy like starts banging the sticks, your sister fires a coin and just beheads him. An open melee starts. It's you, your girlfriend who's a coin shot, the two thugs, and Jacobs.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I need to make sure the shipment's going to go through, but I can't betray my team so thoroughly that their base gets raided as well. So my only option is to make sure they all die and none of them get taken alive.
Okay.
So I think this is where we see Dox's true fighting style, because the base lurcher fighting style and most of what we've seen, it has to do with like throwing coins behind people and pulling them into them. But because I have the stunt multi-target, the real way that Dox fights, and maybe one of the reasons why he was recruited into the Inquisition is at first, people sometimes think he's a Mistborn, because what he does is he'll pull on something above him and then use something below him to change direction, and then use something behind him to change direction. So basically it looks like he's able to both pull and push at the same time, even though he's only pulling. So like basically it's like that like anime fighting where like you see them like strike from above, then from the side, then from behind, then they're on the side again. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I was just watching the Dragon Ball Z voice actors in the studio voicing the Dragon Ball Z episodes. As they're like screaming out, charging their attacks. It's so much better with the voice actor at the corner. Oh my gosh. And I love the idea that you're screaming right now, like Goku charging up for an attack. You're just like, ah!
And I think like while this is happening, like Dox's smile is still there. Like, it's so ingrained in him to like keep this smile on his face that like the smile is like really still there. But I think he's moving too fast for anyone else to see except maybe his sister. But the whole time, tears are just streaming out of his eyes.
All right. So I feel like the rest of your squad's going to engage one-on-one as best they can. And obviously your Steel Inquisitor sister is going to tear some people up. But you've identified the target that really matters. The one guy who can not only identify you, but also knows the location of the base. The rest of these guys are mercenaries, right? That's what you put down. This guy, what's his name? Or her name?
Let me generate a name.
Who's the ska head of your resistance cell?
So, if you'll let me, and this really only makes it worse for me. But I'm gonna say that they're actually a terraceman. Who's been wronged by the Final Empire. And their name is her name rather is Lara.
Okay.
And like when she sees me, at first, like she's like, "Oh, we got this," and then she sees me like flying towards her with the intent to kill. She knows my fighting style. She knows how I fight. And like as I'm like flying towards her at 100 miles per hour, changing directions rapidly, we just see her muscles bulge as she drains her
I'm gonna veto that.
computer minds. Oh no!
It turns out that as the narrator, I can veto any detail.
Yeah.
And I am gonna do that because I want her to be a haze killer like everybody else.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't want to do terraceman stuff because that shit will get insane. And also, the instant that your sister sees it, she's gonna switch targets.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that makes more sense.
I mean, that's one of the few things that they hunt instinctively is terracemen.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't even
keepers.
think of that.
All right, so we are doing a physical conflict. The person with the lowest wits declares first. So whoever is slowest of mind declares what they're going to do, and that allows higher wits characters to like counter or react.
Sure.
Her wits, Lara's, is 4.
I'm also at 4.
Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and be the higher one. Her plan is to strike at you with her dueling cane. She's going to use her defensive fighting techniques.
So I'm going full aggro. I'm basically using my ability to change direction to try to always be where her vision is not. So like that's like the main key of Dox's fighting style is like he tries to always be attacking from a blind spot, and it makes it really hard to like ever get like a really good block on him. It's like really hard to parry his blows because he's always attacking from a blind spot.
So my question is, are you attacking with your dueling cane in your beak, or are you using your lurching powers?
So I feel like the core of this attack is like it's a little bit of both, right? Like it's kind of the way that like
I'm willing, based on how you're describing it, I'm willing to give you cane with a bonus for the lurch.
All right, yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. All right, let's set up some dice pools.
Cool.
You will generate dice pools based on your action and your traits, and then you'll divide those between attack and defense. So Laura's got a shield, a haze killer shield, which works out great for her because it gives her 2 defense dice without having to do anything. She's also got the traits Hunter of Allomancers, Defensive Technique, and Quick.
That's good. That's real good.
So she's going to have 9 physical dice and 2 defense dice. And I think she's going to devote 4 of those 9 to defense as well, which gives her 5 and 6.
So I start with 5 physical dice.
Yep.
I get 1 for my lurching.
I'm sorry, I actually don't have to divide. I am going to divide my dice like that, but you don't divide them until your turn comes up, and that's determined by who has the bigger pile of dice. So I have 9.
Gotcha. So you've got 9. So I start at 5.
Yep.
I go up to 6 for lurching. I would like to use an item, which is my bits of lurching metal. And the way I'm doing that is, since I can pull on multiple targets at the same time, not only is she having to like block my dueling cane, but she's also occasionally having to lift the dueling shield to make sure she doesn't get impaled by lurching metal as well.
I'm not really going to give you this one because you're already using your lurching to move around the battlefield.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go for everything I can
I
get
feel
here.
like that's way too much concentration to like dance the battlefield while also pulling stuff. That's some Vin level shit right there.
No doubt. I knew I was going big on that. I'm definitely sabotaging the plan fully. I'm sabotaging everyone, myself included.
I'll take that. Yeah.
She trusts me. She sees that I'm
she
doing.
did trust you until about 10 seconds ago.
Well, but I think that like it's like that's like the thing is like she knows she shouldn't trust me, but like I'm Docs. I can't possibly be betraying them right now.
All right, I feel like probably this scene is like you two colliding a few times, and there's a point where your sword is like stuck on her shield, and she leans in towards you. She's like, "What's the plan?"
Yeah,
I'll give it to you for that.
Yeah. All right. I think that's about all I got here. Let me just double check. Oh, Iron Resolve. Gotta go.
For an attack?
I'm betraying everyone.
I mean, I don't think you could take Sabotage and Iron Resolve.
Fine. All right, so I'm at 9 then too.
All right. I'll let you decide first. How are you dividing your action dice? Use that 9 and 2. Start with.
Man. I mean, I said I was going pretty aggro. I'm gonna go 7 and 2.
Okay. All right. And by the way, you have to have at least 2 because you need to form a pair.
Right.
All right. As I said, she's gonna commit 6 dice to defense. So let's roll 7 versus 6.
Alrighty. Let's watch Docs die horribly.
Pair force.
Oh, damn.
All right. The good news is you get to catch a beat if you want to. You'll take a savage set of poor circumstances, but after this set of actions, you could take another one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right,
I want the free shot.
Free hit. Okay. So you're gonna take 4 complications, and I'm gonna turn 3 of those negative complications into one that affects your whole group.
Sure.
Everyone is drawn to seeing this fight. Like, she's shouting at you, like, "What's the plan? What's the plan?" And your whole group is like, "Why is she asking you?" And everyone's turning to watch this. Like, I feel like both of your teams are like winding down the fight to keep an eye. Like, they haven't stopped fighting, but everyone's making sure, like, what is going on here? What? Wait, why are they paying attention? Like, I'm your opponent.
That's awesome.
I'm also going to lower your... gonna give you a minus defense die next round.
Alrighty.
I feel like she blocks with the shield and then uses the shield to slam it down on your foot. It forces you to stop floating and hit the ground, and you stub your toe.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
She counterattacks with her 5 dice versus your 2.
This is gonna be bad.
Yep. Nothing with a pair of nudges.
Come on, no.
You got nothing. Okay. All right. Nothing happens then. The 2 of you, Dragon Ball Z, she like runs after you. You keep floating away from her. Ching, 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 ching. Lots of swords, dueling canes colliding, and shield blocking, but nothing comes out of it. You have, however, chosen to take another action which she cannot block.
Yeah, so I think this is like represented by his lurching. Like, he's just moving too fast and in too many different directions. Like, she's really, really good at what she does as a haze killer. But like the way Docs fights is like even unorthodox for an Alamancer. It's really not the way a lurcher is supposed to fight. And so that's what gives me like all of a sudden, like she turns the wrong direction, and I'm right behind her, and I do not miss my
You
opportunity.
Goku instant transmission behind
Yeah.
her. All right. I feel like this is going to be a metals roll rather than an attacking roll, right?
Yeah, sounds right.
Do you have any traits you want to call into this?
I mean, Iron Will, because it takes a hell of a lot of concentration to be able to move this way.
I'll accept it this time.
All right. I mean, I'm still sabotaging the whole damn plan.
I kind of feel like this particular roll is, as you described it, is all about getting metals in place.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so then can I use my lurching metals?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can I use my dueling cane?
Yeah.
All right, that gives me 8. I don't think I can get any more than that.
All right, that's a good number for an undefended roll.
Come on, big money.
5s.
Oh!
Yep, 5. So, I mean, getting a 5 doesn't mean you do more damage, but that nudge does. So you deal 1 damage from the hit, and you can choose to deal a second with that nudge if you.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so you deal 2 points of damage to her. She has 10 health.
Complications, right?
Drops to 8. Yes, she's gonna have a ton of complications. The important part is she doesn't take a burden yet. Oh, she
Gotcha.
has leather armor, so she takes -1 damage. So you only deal 1.
Okay, gotcha.
So she drops to 9. You get 5 complications to throw against her.
So I would like to take.
I mean, you could do something like, say, she takes -5 defense die the next roll.
I think he can also take 3 of them to make her
Area
lose
effect?
a bit.
No,
Right?
that's 3 nudges. You can spend 3
that's
nudges.
the other way.
I see.
That's what he's
Never mind.
doing right now. He just did that.
So I could spend 3 to affect the whole group, right?
Yep. I mean, which group are you affecting?
I'm affecting the ska mercenaries
All right.
because I want the shipment to get through. I've committed myself here.
Okay.
And basically they're they are distracted by the way Dox is moving, and they start like shouting about a Mistborn. And so they're distracted from my sister, and she just starts cleaning up.
All right. I love it.
And then that leaves me with 1 as well, or 2 more. Oh wow! I'll take the 2 minus defense dice.
Okay. All right. That completely negates her shield next round. All right. Same deal. Your wits are the same. Neither have been lowered. Her action is going to be to wait for you to come in melee range again, and then start beating you to death. No hesitation this time.
I'm doing the same thing, but I don't think she trusts me anymore. That's for sure.
Okay. Let's gather some dice pools. She's gonna do roughly the same. She's gonna use her 6 physique, her dueling cane, and she's gonna call upon Hunter of Alamancers, defensive techniques, and quick.
Yeah, so I will do the same thing. I've got 5 for my physique. I would like to use man, a lot of these are not relevant anymore. I'm really not being the saboteur or the infiltrator anymore.
I'll still give you infiltrator.
All right, so that's 1 for infiltrator.
You sabotage the situation pretty heavily.
Yeah,
your sister
I'm a
is
horrible
going to clean
person.
up. The question here is, can you silence this woman before she can surrender?
Right. So iron-willed, because I really should not kill this person, and it's horrible.
No.
It's a horrible thing for me. Okay.
No, you're a sociopath from what I could tell.
Yeah, that's for sure. Dax is not a good person. I think I only have 6. I mean,
Joe's a nice girl. She just.
Oh, 1 for lurching still.
Yes.
Okay, so
Why
7.
do people
She's at 9 again. She's got 2 defense die, which get canceled out. I think she's just going to use all 9 to attack. She realizes she's
Oh.
much more physically powerful than you, and that all she has to do is survive long enough to get out of here. And especially if she can take you hostage, she can use like getting away from a Steel Inquisitor is going to be hard, but using you against the Steel Inquisitor, that's going to work out real well.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go all 7 of mine into attack as well. And my reasoning here is if she doesn't die, I do.
Okay.
Like whether it's her team, like my true team,
Oh my
team
God.
that kills me. Oh my oh Jesus.
Shit. Alright, I rolled a pair of 3s and 4 6s. So I'm gonna catch a beat, and that beat is you. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
So I've got a pair of 5s.
Let's resolve what we got here first. Calm yourself. She succeeds and then spends the nudge for more damage. She's got the dueling cane, which gives her +2 to damage.
Oh, why didn't I get that +2 the first time?
You will. I forgot about it, but now you're gonna get it retroactively. Okay. So you're gonna take 4 points of physical damage to your health attribute.
Ouch.
What was your health?
My health was 8, and now it is at 4.
Half. You're going to take a grave burden.
Lose an arm.
I don't think it's quite that bad, but it is going to be bad.
I mean, they're dueling canes, right? So maybe she like dislocates my
Breaks
elbow.
an arm.
Wow, you're savage today, but just maybe take a step back for a second, Arrow. Maybe take a step back, calm down. Grave burdens are massive system shock, broken limb, internal rupture, skull fracture, thick or jagged scar. Oh man, it's the Cypher versus Squall thing from the beginning of Final Fantasy VIII. She hits you from the opposite direction on your face and opens a second matching scar.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Blood sprays everywhere. It looks horrible on your face.
I'm gonna draw that.
Yeah. Arrow's like, awesome. I was drawing something, but now I'm gonna draw something else. I'm gonna draw you getting Seaford. All right.
That's great.
You are going to take a ton of complications, and you know what? I'm going to throw all 3 of them into minusing your defense die next turn.
All right.
She's gonna push you off balance and leave you completely open. Even as you're lurching around, right? Once you're off balance, that's it when you're lurching.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't, like, even if I'm, like, pulling on something, if I'm not, like, right side up, it doesn't help me, right? Like, if I'm, like, on my back, I can't hit something.
Exactly.
How did she slash him?
Slash from above, just savage blow.
But with one weapon.
Dueling
well,
cane.
I'm imagining it's like
a dueling cane.
The tip of the cane like catches my eye and it's like just rips my. It's probably really nasty looking.
Yep, horrible. Savage. All right, so you can hit her for 1 + 2 for the cane +1 for the nudge for 4 as well. She blocks 1 with her armor. That's going to bring her down 3 more from her 2, which brings her to 5. She is going to take a grave burden as well. You have one that you want to call on. If you've got your book open, they are on page 196.
196. Okay, grave would be massive system shock, broken limb, internal rupture, bleeding, severed finger, ear, or toe, temporary blindness or deafness, skull. Oh, definitely temporary blindness. What I do here is I whip my cane across her eyes, and basically, I don't think she like takes like a cut or a scar, but she just like gets hit in the side of the head and it drags across her eyes and she's just like temporarily like just dazed and can't see.
Interesting. With these burdens, they act like traits that the other side can call on. She is going to get her free hit now. But I'm going to lower one of her die for being burdened that way to represent you being able to call on it by saying, you know, like she's temporarily blind. So stumbling around, she is going to try to fight you in some other way. And I feel like she's going to try to... I don't know. Oh, I got it. She's gonna try to call you out. I want to figure out exactly what type of attack this is. It's gonna be real bad though. It's probably gonna be versus your spirit. She's gonna entreat you to turn on the ministry here and join your brothers in the rebellion, the ones you've been working so hard with. And the question here is it loud enough that everyone else can hear?
Oh no.
So, debate is influence. Convincing a crowd is spirit. Yep, she's going to attack with spirit. She's going to try to pull herself together just long enough. 4 dice, that's it.
And I've got nothing to defend, right?
Yeah, she doesn't get a hit. Doesn't get a hit. If she had hit, though, it would have hit your willpower, not your health.
Still would have just been really terrible fictionally.
She starts calling it out, but then, like, in the process, she's like, "Why aren't you working with us?" And then, like, the sounds of battle are too loud. There's a man that's screaming agonizingly. We see the shadow. Like, we don't see it happening, but we see on the wall a shadow of a guy's spine being ripped out of his body.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I mean, your sister's
And I'm
got
the one savage today.
Your sister's got like 12 physique die, so she's literally stronger than a Koloss. And she's smarter than a 5th grader.
Well played.
All right, same deal. You still have the same wit score. Her choice here is she knows she's lowered your defense. She knows you're off balance. She's gonna drive home the attack, the physical attack, and continue savagely beating you unconscious so that she can take you hostage.
I mean, I know I have no chance to defend myself here, so I'm just going to try to die fighting.
All right, let's assemble some die pool. She's gonna call on your dang, what burden did I give you?
I believe Scar.
Yeah, she's gonna call on your Scar. You want to call on her
blindness?
Yep, you get an extra die then.
All right. I've got my dueling cane. I've got my lurching.
Yep, she's gonna call in all the normal stuff. So 10 dice for her.
I'm still an infiltrator.
True, it's true.
So that's 9. Can I get help from Entrone? Is Entrone?
She's busy.
Nope, she's busy. Damn it.
I mean, I'll tell you what. You can get help from her, but if she gets enough nudges or enough complications, Lara is definitely going to get her involved in the fighting. It's going to cost you. Or more correctly, it's going to cost Entrone.
I gotta do it.
All right, you call her in.
I gotta do it.
You pull in the Noctis teamwork from Final Fantasy 15. She gives you a quick bro tap. It starts firing some coins your way to help keep her off balance.
I think like what happens is like I like
shield
like
block.
I like see the shield moving. I like see the cane and I'm just like, Entrone, I need you.
Oh, I love that this is a double attack that you guys have practiced where she fires coins, and when the person's distracted, the coins slide past their feet, and you pull them from behind.
Totally. Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so that gives you, what, 10 dice?
Yes, sir.
You both have 10 dice. I'm going to have her make her decision. Whoa!
Oh, shit, sorry.
Whoa! Apparently you're just throwing them all into attack. All right.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That was the plan.
She's automatically got 2 defense die. I feel like she'll commit 4 more back for 6. And that gives her 6 to attack with. If she attempts to defend against your pair of 4s, she gets a pair of 3s and a nudge. So she negates any complication. You will still hit. You're going to deal 4 points of damage. Going to negate 1. That's going to bring her from 5 to 2. You're going to be able to throw a serious burden on her.
I would like to. Oh I would like to dislocate a joint.
you pop her shield arm, elbow
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I think like I like duck under the shield and like, oh no, you know what? It's one of the coins. It's one of the Entron's coins. Like she turns to block me with her shield, and Entron's coin just skids off her elbow, and we just hear like this snap, and it's just horrible.
All right, she gets a free hit with 6 die on you.
This is gonna almost certainly kill me.
She's gonna hit you for 4.
I'm out.
All right.
Oh, damn.
She has some choices to make here. I think she gets to pick whether you die, you're knocked unconscious, or you take something. But you are gonna get a mortal physical burden. And I love the idea of disfiguring Scar.
Again?
Yep.
Jeez.
So you've already got the 2 side-by-side scars. This time it's gonna be the Joker mouth one.
Oh my goodness.
You bear in on her, you pop her elbow out, and she just drops the shield to free up the weight and just side strikes you. And you're pulling back and bam! Some teeth go flying free, but yeah, like the edges of your mouth are ripped.
That's so ironic because now I'm always smiling.
I'm amazing at this game. I know.
So wait, I'm at 0 health. Does that mean I'm still down?
I'm looking up the exact state that I can put you in. It's definitely gonna be bad though. Let's see here.
It's gonna be real bad.
Why so serious?
You are incapacitated. You have reached 0 resilience. She gets the stake she established, which is she's going to use you as a hostage. You get a mortal burden as she prefers, and you suffer one of 3 fates. You're incapacitated. You are left unconscious, dying, or dead. She's going to leave you dying. She wants the threat of you expiring to help pick up the pace for everybody else. So I gotta ask, how much do you think your sister and your girlfriend love you? Enough to let the cargo go past?
My sister, 100% not. Entron, you're gonna have to tell me. I'd really like to think, and Docs would both really like to think that she actually cares enough to help me. But I mean, if she's got like a loyalty to family trait,
I'll tell you what.
I'm screwed.
We'll make a standings check.
Oh.
You will spend 1 point of your spirit. So I think your spirit's 4, right? Alright, so write down 1 of it spent. You have 4 dice to spend on this. In the future, you'd have 3 to spend on future things. And let's see how much... I mean, we'll see if he lives through this or not. We'll get there. I mean, if he gets dragged away, he's definitely dead.
So I just roll 4 dice or something?
No, calm down. I gotta figure out what we're going against. I don't know if you have any traits you want to call on for this. This is basically you lucking out. Right? This is you and the power of God. This is the power of luck. This is the world and fate coming to your hand. Do your sister and your girlfriend save you at the cost of the thing?
So the only thing I can even think of that's tangentially related to this is trustworthy, is that Entron just like, despite what her father says, despite like what Jacobs thinks of me, she just can't help but trust me.
I'll take it. I'm going to give you difficulty 3 here. And if you can get even 1 nudge.
All right.
You also get to keep the money. Difficulty 3, 1 nudge. Your whole life depends on this.
I'm rolling 5 dice. Here we go.
No, pair ones.
Oh.
It's a sad, sad day for you. Your team leader's backing away. Laura's got you. She's got like a knife at your. She's got the pointy end of the dueling cane, the like stabby end, at your throat, and she's backing away, and we like hear it in slow motion, like, "I'll kill him! I swear I'll do it." And that's when we see your girlfriend and your sister look at each other and nod, and there's just a wave of coins that hit your body and hers.
God.
Laura like drops you and turns to run, and then gets hit in the back with the coins. And there's the Sniper 3 level of like watching bones break and horrible crushing. And Trone like runs across the room and then pushes behind her to fling herself into the air towards you, and slides and just cradles your dying body and is like, "No! If only we could have saved him!" And then your sister, like the dark shadow of vengeance, puts her hand on your head and says, "Shave the hair off, girl. You'll make a good inquisitor. Vengeance against the sky is what we do."
Oh,
my God.
no! Yeah, I think that's like where we see like the if you'll let me, and you can totally
go
veto
ahead.
this, but I'm gonna bring in like the iron will here. I like cough up blood, and like there's he's not smiling, but his mouth is ripped open, so it seems like he is. And like there's just like a spray of blood as he coughs, and he like leans forward to Entrone and whispers in her ear, "I'm sorry. It was me. It was always me." And then he dies.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Thanks, Arrow.
Thank you.
You guys just watched us horribly mess with the Mistborn universe. Sam, thank you so much for playing to lose so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you were putting yourself in bad situations. I really love the level of ambition you put into this one shot, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
I feel if you watch the Mistborn campaign we did at youtube.com/APGamingREAL, Elsa and the team chose very ambitious goals, and in the process chose very difficult opponents to defeat in the process, and got wrecked for about the first 4 weeks. And then finally figured out if they were like, actually, we want our opponents to be really easy to defeat people so we can start farming XP. Let's just slightly less ambitious goals against people who suck. And they did, and they got better very quickly. And then they went in to mess with an Inquisitor again, and they lost horribly. Yeah, like picking an Inquisitor to be a participant in a one-shot is a great way to get wrecked, because they're very powerful.
Yeah, I mean,
they're like near end boss status.
I was like pretty sure that with the character I built, I was like 98% sure that I was gonna die in this one shot.
I love the dramatic ruffling on these clothes, by the way.
Oh, amazing. So strong. But I figured like if we did hit that 2% chance, it would be glorious. And like, you know what? That was awesome. Like that was an amazing. I had so much fun just like running Dax into the ground and betraying everything he loved, and then watching the worst possible future happen for him. Where
it's like playing with MTO.
Oh man, yeah.
Why do people always play bad guys, man? That's why you lose.
No, bad guys tend to win.
The thing is that
play bad guys badly.
Dax wanted to be a good guy so bad, and just everything, like he just got torn apart by his mixed loyalties.
He divided them.
Oh man, that was a blast. This is a great system. This is a great game.
It was pretty fitting though.
You can pick this up on craftygames.com. Fantastic. I believe that there's another company working on another Brandon Sanderson universe, the Stormlight Archives, as a tabletop miniatures game.
Oh man.
Just saying, guys, if you need someone to beta test that, call me. I'm literally the king of Mistborn running right now. I'm literally the only one who runs it on the internets.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm hoping that I can get this on 17 Shard and the Mistborn Reddit over the next couple of days. Arrow,
It's gonna be
just this art. I know you like. You're a Mistborn fanatic, and so it's nice to see you in your absolute element, right? Like,
yeah.
drawing mecha cows and guns. That's not you. You're right here. You're a man bleeding from the face wearing leather armor while he gets beaten by a dueling cane. Because he's a filthy
Yeah.
traitor and a ska lover. That's you, man. That's what you are in your heart. I feel like in your heart, you're Vin on the tallest tower of Kredik Shah in the mist, waiting to fall.
I'm not that badass, man.
That's where you are. I mean, that's where your art's at.
Oh man, thanks.
Your art is Vin at Super Saiyan levels. Right?
Holy cow, that's some compliment. All right, thank you.
I mean, look at this. You've literally got the blood dripping off the sword right there. It's still flying.
It's so good.
Both of their boots got that kind of in motion feel to them. They're both using their off leg to like balance themselves. Well, yeah, I mean, you can literally see them switching positions. That's some art, man. I can't even draw a line straight using a line straightening tool.
Oh man.
Literally got like point to point. Somehow it ends up as like a squiggly line. I don't know how it happens.
Use the mouse.
They gave me a ruler and I somehow get a bow out of it.
Buy yourself a tablet. Maybe you get better.
Never gonna happen, my friend. Sam,
just practice, man.
Sam, what's your experience with Mistborn?
So I actually came across Brandon Sanderson first because like one of the first fantasy I'm a huge fan of fantasy novels. Anyone who's talked to me a lot or played games with me knows that I steal blatantly from fantasy novels and just devour them and love them. But one of my like the ones that really like got me into it was the Wheel of Time series, and Sanderson was brought in to finish the series. And after reading that first book that he wrote for the series, I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? I need to read all of his other stuff. So I picked up the first book of the Stormlight Archive, read that, immediately went and read all of the first three Mistborn. This was before Wax and Wayne had come out, I believe. And you know, I've just been reading everything Sanderson since. I cannot wait. I don't pre-order books. Otherwise, I would have pre-ordered the third Stormlight, which is coming out in October. Yeah. But I try very hard not to pre-order things. But man, I love this universe.
I always pre-order Sanderson stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, you get a discount if you do it on your Kindle, buddy. Pretty good discount.
You're tempting me. I gotta get the hardcover. I'm definitely getting the hardcover. I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm that guy. No, but man, I had a blast doing this. I feel so bad for Docs. I'm a little bit at a loss for words here on how this all went down. I was expecting this to be like the tragic tale of this misting who had divided loyalties, but I didn't think it would be quite this dramatic. Yeah, just yeah.
I mean, just remember, Sam, not only did you make the character, you wrote the story and introduced all of the NPCs. How much work did I really do? That's Mistborn RPG, everybody. If you get a GM who's willing to fucking take their hands off the goddamn wheel, let somebody else drive, look at the shit. It's amazing. Sam's like, I've never played anything this good. That's not what he said, but that's what I'm saying. And but you made it, Sam.
I mean, I'm a horrible person to my characters. Anyone who's seen me play any game knows that I'm not very nice to my characters. Just ask the former Demetrius Antonin Lucian Sertova, who had to literally give up his family and change his name because I'm an awful person.
I mean, I hear he makes a nice boat.
Oh, yeah.
He's so bad, I gave him to my enemies.
Man, I had a great time tonight. I had an absolute blast, and
That's good. I was hoping everyone would Wang Chung tonight.
I appreciate you having me on, Arthur.
I mean, I knew when I was going to run a Mistborn show, first, that Airasida would lose a shit, and second, that you would want to be on. Because you missed the first wave craze.
I did get a chance. Look, I may have missed the first Mistborn, but I can't complain. I'm very lucky to be invited on the shows that I am, and I very much appreciate and enjoy playing with everyone I get the chance. You know, this and Mouse Guard have to be two of my like most standout RPG memories that I've ever been a player in. Honestly, or a GM. I've had such a good time playing on your channel.
I mean, Mouse Guard is rapidly becoming one of the popular series that I've ever had, and it came out of nowhere. I was like, I wonder what's popular, and I was like, well, obviously that because it's old, and that because it's old, and that because it's old, and then I got down to number 7, and I was like, where did Mouse Guard come from? I literally just did that like 4 months ago. Yeah, people
I can't take much
credit. Let's talk like little mice.
Yeah, that's all Kelsa and Virgil. I gotta hand it to him. But
the card prevails.
Man, the
weasels.
One of these days, I will return the favor, and I will run an RPG show and invite Arthur on.
That's a dangerous game. That's a really dangerous game. You've played with me, and I control myself on Burning Crowns because I want Eric to do well. If you've ever seen Eric's Night Witches, I was a full-on shitlord. I was playing a character who couldn't die because her only 2 powers were whenever she takes damage, bounce it to someone else, and steal damage from other people to bounce it to someone else. Or sorry, I could steal damage from other people and give it to me, but whenever I did, my second power would kick in and I had to bounce it to someone else. So I could manage the whole group's damage by like being like, oh, well, you were gonna die in a fiery crash, but I'm gonna take your damage and give it to someone else.
Such a trolly NOP power.
I know. I had to sacrifice the ability to do anything else useful, and I think I made her call sign witch and made her like a creepy person who claimed to be the daughter of Rasputin. It was so good. It was so good. And I think the other players just quit because they were like, fuck, we keep dying. I mean, you die a lot in that game, but I literally had all the powers that kept me from dying, so...
Man. Yeah.
You should do a Pendragon. Wait, Arrow, let me jump in here. We'll get back to Sam in just a second with his thoughts. But Pendragon, King Arthur and his knights, how do you feel about that?
Pendragon? What?
Pendragon. King Arthur Pendragon. Knights. Arthurian Knights. Round Table.
Oh,
Alice,
well.
Follow me. Lancelot.
Yeah.
Guinevere. Mordred.
Well.
Magic, Merlin.
Okay, stop now.
All right, I'm glad we're on the same page now.
Man, that's pretty much my skill set, I guess. I'm down.
Okay, so I mean, the next couple, we'll talk about it, but I mean, it sounds like it's going to be Burning Wheel, Noble Court, testing the Game of Thrones, Game of Throminess, and then Pendragon, so everything is all within your wheelhouse.
Great.
Over the next few months, we'll see when you're free so that I can bother you and get you to make some good art.
Okay, I like it.
How's your hand doing, by the way? I know the first couple of times your hand was like burning cramps, but you didn't say anything at the break.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm getting used to it.
Let's get down to business.
No, it's not actually that. It's because the first time I was a lot more nervous, so I tensed up a lot more on my hand. So when it came to the end, I was like, oh, I need some ice. But after I get used to it and did a couple of these, I kind of relaxed my hand a little bit, and now it doesn't hurt so much.
All right, Sam, I interrupted you quite rudely to run with the Pendragon. What were you going to say?
you interrupted more non-comments for me. I'm still recovering from the drama that was this one shot. That's all I got.
All right. Arrow, if people
Did
want to,
amazing.
are you available for commissions again?
Man, I'm.
I don't know, guys. Can you give me my money? I don't know.
It's not about that. It's just I'm so freaking slow with commissions.
Oh, so
And-
you literally just did like 6 pieces of art right here?
Yeah, but that's me deciding everything. We don't have clients to, you know.
I mean, that's the great part about working with you, Arrow, is that I can like write something down and you'll be like, I'll do that. And then you'll give me something back and I'm like, I can't believe how perfect it is.
I try my best, man.
So weird.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of requests still to finish up, but I can take more if you're willing to wait a little bit, like 3 weeks or something like that.
I see. And where was that address again? Do you have that layer back up? That
No,
at
I don't.
Bcurvello? Oh, well.
Yeah.
That
My bad.
bcurvello@gmail.com?
Yep, that's
Oh.
it.
I understand.
That's pretty much. I should have just go with their site at some point, but
We'll work on it.
gmail.com. And we can talk about commissions, descriptions, deadlines, and everything.
Or if you just like talking to Aricido, just
Yeah, if you
email,
have any
say what's up.
questions about art, I can pretty much if you like.
Talk to him about Caprini's.
Yeah. About Mistborn. I mean, it's so cool. I love Mistborn, and I love being a Sanderson fan because this guy is a machine.
Yeah, he's 4 books a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 books
And
a
a
year.
bunch of
What?
short stories too. Did you pick up all that stuff in the Sanderson Humble Bundle?
I didn't.
You
I
didn't?
missed
You
it
missed out.
actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
Silence of whatever.
Oh, I mean that's been out for a while. Everything.
Songs
So
of the
good,
Dusk.
though.
Yeah.
Everything that's in the thing that's got Edge Dancer, the Arcanum, that's why I'm so mad. I'm not gonna
I-
rebuy it.
I
I already
got-
own those books,
Yeah, me too. I own the hardcover.
but I hadn't bought the. I didn't even know it existed. The Hope of Elantris, the post story,
Yeah, me too.
and
I
they
wasn't
have the
surprised.
graphic audio of it in the Sanderson Humble Bundle. It is amazing, and I can't wait to listen to Warbreaker.
I wanna listen to these graphic novels.
They're
Man. I only,
really
yeah, I
good.
only listen to audiobooks. I didn't even know that it was a thing.
They have
like-
all sorts of other short stories like Dreamer, Snapshot. I mean, Snapshot was creepy. Snapshot was so creepy.
Snapshots. I didn't like it. I didn't even
Really?
finish it.
Not a fan?
Yeah, man. The third chapter was like, yeah, I know where this is going. They're all.
I
in
bet
the-
you don't. I bet you don't.
Come on, man.
Go read it. Go read it. I bet
Them
you're wrong.
Sanderson twists, man.
So here's the thing. It used to be I couldn't follow the Sanderson twists. And then after Mistborn, I think in Alloy of Law, that was the last time I missed the Sanderson twist. And in the next 3 Alloy of Law books, I was like, all right, I got the twist, I predicted it, and there was a double twist at the end, and I was like, but secretly, she's actually that person. I was like, I predicted everything but that one thing! How could I have known?
And then you read back and then.
Yep. I mean, I like he's doing it now. Watch it. All of his new novels now, he's double twisting because they got the single twist, and now he's like, whoa, words
Yeah,
of
he's so good.
radiance, and I'm like,
so good at
all
that.
right, I got this. And then Shalon's like, all right, I see that you're playing, and they're like, but wait, tattoo, and she's like, what? And I'm like, oh my god, double twist.
I love how people listen to it and are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I don't want to spoil anything, but seriously,
Yeah,
Shalon
yeah.
double twist. Remember it. It happens.
Also, I know that
10 heartbeats.
that AP has already said he won't get it, so I'm just gonna keep driving nails into the coffin because Edge Dancer is A+.
I'll get it as soon as it's not in Arcanum.
I have
and I
it.
can get it for like $5.
I
Yeah.
have it, and I didn't read it yet.
I'm not gonna buy all the books I already have bought. It's
Look,
infuriating.
I get it. I totally get it, but oh, it's good.
It's a good collection. If you don't already own all of them, it's a fantastic start to Sanderson short
It
stories.
is.
And I didn't own all of them, so it helped me out. But yeah, no, it's great. I just can't wait till we get enough of the surges that we can have an actual Stormlight RPG.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working on it for the. It's not going to be an RPG. It's going to be a miniatures battle game.
Eventually, one day.
You're like, I'm going to custom write it. It's going to be powered by the apocalypse.
Hey, hey.
Your half shield gives you +1 versus shard blades.
You know what, AP? Just to spite you, I'm just gonna spend like a year and a half, write out like 12,000 life paths, and make a burning wheel hack just to spite you.
Perfect. And then you won't be able to publish it because it's copywritten material.
Well, yeah.
1,200 pages. No, I made such a mistake.
And then yeah. But anyway, that would be great fun. Man, I'm gonna have to find some way to get Arrow to send me some of these awesome pieces of artwork.
He's gonna put them in the fan art channel, probably.
I'm gonna put everything up for our channel and tweet it. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, for those at home, did you know that you could go to !Discord at my Twitch channel and then go to the Discord and not see it falling apart in a fiery blaze?
I want to point out, as much as you say that I created all of this and did all of this, when I originally made this character concept, I threw in the mixed loyalties thing because I like felt it was too weak to just be like a straight double agent, and I was like totally expecting that to be a throwaway, and then
that's the whole campaign around it, buddy.
It was not.
It was not.
It was everything. It was everything. Come on.
Well played.
Listen, I trained in Pathfinder Foo, but I was born in Apocalypse World. And I know that divided loyalties mean NPC triangles, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Which means nothing to anyone who hasn't played Apocalypse World, but trust me, it's a thing.
So what I'll say is that I am going to be trying to stream a little later this week. I am on deck to potentially play on Eric Vulgaris' channel tomorrow evening to play The Quiet Year. I gave up my spot so that someone who's new could get the chance to experience RPGs, because that's what, I gotta get people hooked on the RPG drug. You know how it is. But I will throw a heads up to everybody if I am going to be playing on that tomorrow. Otherwise, tune in. I think I'm going to be playing a little more Dead Cells a little later in the week on twitch.tv/Wizenedfool. And if you don't catch me there, we're going to be back to burning some crowns, building a kingdom and burning it to the ground. We'll see where we are in 20 more episodes. But for now, we're actually building a kingdom on Sundays on Eric Vulgaris' channel. Watch me be maybe less of an awful person, kind of unclear, but AP is definitely the worst of all people in the game. So,
what did you say, motherfucker? Y'all are like setting people on fire and calling down God, and I am literally providing people with homes and employment.
Hey, man. Yeah, that's pretty valid. But, look, I'm just trying to save the world. All right?
Yeah, so am I. I'm just doing it one heart at a time, rather than everyone's heart at a time.
Yeah, so come watch that if you enjoyed what you saw tonight. But thank you so much, AP, for hosting. And
yeah, thanks.
You. Sometimes you finish a game or a one shot and you can just tell that a character is just gonna like stick in your mind, and that's definitely the feeling that I got tonight. Docs, man.
I think a drone's gonna stick with me. I mean, she had two paths before her, right? She was like Spock. There are two worlds. Is she the socialite young woman who's kind of dodging her dad becoming an obligator, shaving her head off? Maybe she just wants to go full-on noble life with her boyfriend, get married, just stay undercover? Or is she a horrible monster of an inquisitor who will soon partake of spikes made of other humans' flesh to make her into a immensely strong, immortal god king? I mean, the answer to that one is clear now.
No, don't do it, Arrow.
I will.
Don't do it. No.
Don't forget the tattoo.
No.
It's too late. It's too late for her. You made her this way, you monster. I just realized I've been slashing the whole time, which means I've probably been off camera the whole time. I haven't been watching the stream. I've just been like looking at the playing field and scrolling through all the books. All right. Once again, I want to thank Ed Healy at Gamerati and the Crafty Games staff for helping support us do this. They've been fantastic at getting the Mistborn adventure game out there, and it's fucking good. It's a good game.
It's a really
They're good dogs, Brent, but this is a really good dog. Oh yeah, she has such pretty hair. It's all gonna be gone. Aracito, as always, thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I loved doing this.
Thank you, man. I love watching all this art get made while I destroy people's lives.
Seriously, thanks. This was awesome. This was so fun.
Just make her an enemy in the next Mistborn campaign.
Don't do that to me.
She drops out of the sky. Inquisitor Entrone. Report.
Oh man. Eero, you're tearing up my heart and showing it to me right now.
Hey man, this is your fault.
Or like Marsho Saito, am I right?
Oh man.
Ruin Saito?
You love this woman?
I like Ruin Saito a lot. Alright guys, I don't know when we'll be back. I gotta talk to Aracito about designing a whole new overlay and finding a crew for a Burning Will game. That was what we played in episode 1. And this time it'll be even more intense. Rather than trying to save the world, instead we're just going to try to get breakfast served. Yep, I love taking really serious games and making them about really dumb stuff like making pizza or love.
Look, you say that, but I feel like if of all the games, like Burning Wheel is like, why would they have a baker life path if they don't want you to be a baker?
Perfect. All right. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. As always, you could be anywhere, but you were here. And thanks for all the fish.
Good night, everybody.